You were never too sensitive. You were never too soft. And you were never weak. You were untrained. Because empathy without boundaries feels like drowning. But empathy with awareness, that becomes power. And today, you're going to feel the difference.
There comes a moment in every empath's life when exhaustion stops feeling normal. When you start noticing you're the one who understands everyone. You're the one who holds emotional space. You're the one who forgives first. And somehow, you're also the one left empty. That moment is not your breaking point. It's your awakening point. Because empathy only feels like weakness when you believe your job is to carry everyone.
Somewhere along the way, you learned that being good means being available. Being kind means being self-sacrificing. Being loving means enduring pain quietly. But here's the truth most people never tell you. Unprotected empathy attracts unprocessed people. Not evil people, not always narcissists, just people who learned to survive by leaning on others. And if you radiate emotional safety, they will find you. Not because you're weak, because you feel like home.
Empathy doesn't attract predators. It attracts people looking for emotional shelter. Empathy stops being a weakness the moment you stop confusing understanding with obligation. You can understand someone's pain without volunteering to carry it. You can see someone's wounds without offering yourself as the bandage. You can love someone without abandoning yourself. This is where empathy evolves from emotional absorption into emotional intelligence.
Most empaths were taught how to feel. Very few were taught how to filter. So instead of processing emotions, you absorb them. Instead of observing pain, you internalize it. But educated empathy sounds different inside your mind. That is their emotion. I can witness it. I don't have to become it. And when that shift happens, you stop feeling overwhelmed by rooms. You stop replaying conversations for hours. You stop feeling responsible for fixing people's moods. You start feeling steady, grounded, clear.
Empathy is not emotional absorption. Empathy is emotional awareness with choice.
Something uncomfortable happens when empathy becomes strength. Some people will call you different. Some will say you've changed. Some will say you've become distant, or you're not as nice as before. But what they often mean is you are no longer available for emotional overconsumption. And that can feel threatening to people who are used to unlimited access. Growth always changes your accessibility, not your heart.
When empathy matures, something remarkable happens. You become harder to manipulate, harder to guilt, harder to emotionally overwhelmed. But you become more compassionate, more precise, more intentional, because now your empathy is chosen, not extracted. And chosen empathy is magnetic, not draining.
Unregulated empathy drains you. Regulated empathy defines you.
You were never meant to be less empathetic. You were meant to become more conscious with it. Your sensitivity was never the problem. Your lack of protection was. And the moment you stop apologizing for feeling deeply and start deciding where your empathy goes, everything changes. Your relationships change, your energy changes, your confidence changes. Because now, empathy isn't something that happens to you, it's something you direct.
Empathy is not weakness. Untrained empathy feels like weakness. Educated empathy is emotional mastery. And if this message feels like recognition, not motivation, you're not becoming someone new. You're remembering who you were before the world told you to be smaller.